And still fighting for it here is Rob Ladillo. It's been a very interesting game, this. It's been all Cumbre attacking-wise. But Longobarda have held up pretty well. They've just conceded the 1 goal. And right now, it is Cumbre with that 1 goal lead. It was Charlie Garnham receiving it, kicking it off the volley, or almost a volley, from the sideline. And now Cumbre looking to extend their lead to 2. It's Tang Kerr down the line, finds Garnham. Goal in the first half. 1 goal to lead right now for Cumbre. Finished by Charlie Garnham. From touching, finished off the blind. We apologise for the technical issue we had earlier. And that ball goes wrong. But almost Charlie Garnham. All game long, held off pretty well. 1 goal.
Took what?
Once again, most of the game is gone. He's cleared away. And go to a short timeout. We'll be back with you in just a moment. 1 goal to lead.
I'm listening on another phone. I can't hear him either.
About 40 seconds to go in the timeout, and we will be resuming shortly. It is a 1 goal lead, as I mentioned, for Cumbre. Charlie Garnham, the brilliant right foot finish, is the difference in this game so far. And it's now up to Longobarda to respond. Can they respond? We'll find out soon. A lot at stake for both of these teams. A spot in the grand final is at play here. And Longobarda, whilst they've had a great season to get to this point, they would love nothing more than to get the job done here and surprise Cumbre at their home ground, make it to the grand final. It's about to be brought back in now. It'll be Cumbre to take. Cumbre have had the ball for most of this first half. And probably fortunate Longobarda to not be down by more, but it has been strong efforts in defence and by Calderon in goals to really keep them in this game. Robadillo, the shot, as Fonseca was off his line by Palermo, can't get past him. It's going to go long, and really what it's going to take for Longobarda is going to be, you'd think, just making the most of any chances that do come their way. Because Cumbre is so well drilled and will very often possess the ball for a lot of the game. Foul will be called there. And yes, once again, we do apologise. Yellow will be given. But we do apologise for the issues with the stream. Internet wasn't working at first, then the camera. Audio also having some issues, but now we are all good. Just recording and let us know if there's any further issues. But 1 goal, the lead for Cumbre. So almost half time, and we do have a game on our hands. Yusuf tries to find Kerr, and now Rob Ladillo puts that out. We will late, but we will run you through the team lineups for tonight's game in just a moment, as it's going to be brought in here by Karim Yusuf, Palermo, Rob Ladillo down the line, nice touch, but heavy. Hayes has Yusuf. Yusuf just catches side netting. And so the team lineups for the evening, it's for Cumbre, it's Christian Rosano, number 33, Tyler Garner, 2, Will Hayes putting pressure on now, he's number 8, Justin Tang, 9, Stuart Kerr, number 3. So much pressure here from Cumbre. Cleared away by Robadillo. Can't get my words in because Cumbre will not let up on this defensive pressure. And now it goes out. Charlie Garnham, 5, Karim Yusuf, 10, Nesta Fonseca, 17, Luke Christie, 21, and Ayush Chand, number 6. That is Cumbre's lineup for the evening as they look to extend their lead to 2 here. It'll be Yusuf to bring it in from the corner. Kerr's shot blocked, but Kerr onto it again. Another shot saved, and Kwiatkowski has to smash it away. Now Karim Yusuf. All the way back, Kerr is forced back to Fonseca. Now Fonseca off his line. Kerr, Yusuf. Can't get it past Ponce. Now Kwiatkowski does well. Can he keep it in? He can. It's a brilliant play on the counter. And now Longobarda get a chance. So for Longobarda, it's Bruno Di Gregorio, 8, Daniel Robadillo, 10, Emanuele Vicari, number 3, Ivan Palermo, 9, Facundo Ponce, 11, Shaz Ramley, 15, Alejandro Orjuela, 16, Massimo Kwiatkowski, number 4, Juan Calderon, 1. It's headed away there by Will Hayes, Jerry Dallas, 22, Hazari Sharazan, 31, and Lucas Suarez is number 27. So obviously don't have a scoreboard up at the moment, but what the score is with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half, it is 1 goal to Cumbre. Longobarda yet to score. Let us know if you want any score updates as the game progresses, as Sharazan will win a Longobarda possession. Tries to get it to Rob Ladillo. Garner does well. Tries to go down the line there. But Longobarda in this game, just going to try and get the next goal. You'll also be able to see the score on the scoreboard on the far flank. Might be hard to read, but Cumbre are that first team as they're the home team. Almost there, Orjuela, if he could have just got a foot to that, it would have been a rare opportunity. Can't, and the scorer was Charlie Garnham. It was a ball brought in from touch. Lob over the top of the Longobarda defence, and Garnham not quite on the full volley, but half volley went bang with his right boot past Calderon. Rob Ladillo. This gets to Garner. Yes, I'll try to do that. But yes, it was a beautiful finish. Garnham is here now. Garner. Hayes. Garner. Now Garnham under pressure here. Longobarda. Christie! What a save by Calderon. He's made a number of big ones all game, and a big part of the reason why this deficit is only 1. Yeah, so on the camera work issue is camera not working today, so we are recording through a phone. It's better than not having it up there, but clears away by Calderon. Orjuela now down the line. Still going down the line, just stays in, but Christie will end up letting that roll all the way to Fonseca. Looks like it's going to be a Longobarda ball, will it? It will be. Cumbre not happy. It looks like it's going to be Di Gregorio to take. So 14 seconds to go. They've done well. They're in this game, Longo. They'd love one here. Doesn't look like they're going to get it. They might concede, in fact. Christie on the left. Can't get it on target. 6.5 seconds to go. Robladillo long. Orjuela. Can they get a chance? Blocked by Garner. Now, Di Gregorio goes down, and that's a foul. So, Cumbre not happy, but they're going to get one chance. Longobarda with 0.4 seconds to go. Can they get an equaliser right at the death of the first half? They finally get a chance to threaten the goals here. Fonseca hasn't been asked to do a lot by the way of his hands today. Made one save earlier. He's just going to have to shoot. There won't be enough time to pass it off here, Robladillo. He's just going to have to shoot and hope. Here's Robladillo and straight into the wall there. Garnham and Hayes. And that will do us for the first half. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes for the second half of play. I'll just run you through the stats for the first half. So in the passing game, it's Cumbre leading 171 to 91. So very dominant in that area. 11-1 in the passing strings, Cumbre lead. They've had 75% pass completion. Longobarda have just had the 52%. And the possession is 60-40 in favour of Cumbre. So you must say Cumbre have had the better of the game so far. But at the end of the day, it's only a 1-goal lead. So Longobarda have got 20 minutes to turn this around. Can they do it? We're going to find out very shortly. For Cumbre, it's been another great season, as it always is. They started the season off, had an early loss to Inter Perth, and that ended up being their only game of the season where they didn't get all 3 points. So that is a phenomenal season again from them. They've really, obviously, missed a few games earlier in the season, played a few postponed games, so they were sitting second for quite a while. And as they did catch up in games played, they really worked themselves back up the ladder from second and winning that regular season premiership. It was really that win over the Cobras that solidified it. Down 3-0 and almost half time, they came roaring back into that game and got it done. And as soon as they won that game, you knew it was going to be their minor premiership to lose if it wasn't already. Longobarda, they actually started the season on top of the ladder for quite a while. They hadn't lost a game. So I think it was about 6 or 7 wins in a row from memory. And then they went down at the hands of the West Coast Cobras after conceding a 2-goal lead. Went down at the hands of Inter Perth, also conceding a 2-goal lead in that one. And then they lost Robladillo, who didn't play for another 2 or 3 months, and their season was dwindling and they were on the verge of missing finals, but really bounced back the last month or two in the lead up to finals. And a few wins, a few crucial wins, could have gone either way. Got the job done for them. And now they're sitting in a semi-final. What a comeback season for them. It's always great having a game down here at Port Kennedy. Great atmosphere. Always a big Cumbre crowd here. People watching from the stands up high and also down low, and it's a really great stadium here. So tomorrow night as well, it'll be Inter Perth taking on the West Coast Cobras in the semi-final. 2 teams that have played off in a number of finals in recent years. Number of big games, and the winner of tonight's game will play the winner of tomorrow. That'll be next Saturday night at Supa-Liga. We're about to resume proceedings here. Ayush Chand on for Cumbre, along with Garner and Justin Tang. Find out now who Longobarda bring out to start the second half. Looks like it's going to be Robledillo, Jerry Dallas, Facundo Ponce, and Lucas Suarez starting things off in the second half for Longobarda. So 1-0 to 0 is the scoreline. Keep you updated on that, as obviously we don't have that up. There's now Ponce. Can they get a bit of possession going, Longobarda? Suarez immediately lost. Chan puts it out into touch. Ball by Robledillo is good, and nice touch by Dallas. Back out to him. Robledillo beats Garner. Can't beat Garner. Now all sorts of space for this Cumbre potent attack. Chan inside, but comfortable for Calderon. Double-handed throw. Finds Dallas. Leaves it for Robledillo. Stays in. Big chance, and that was the moment for Longo. The rolling foul will be called, and Robledillo's the man. You would think if they're going to break through, he's a big chance to do it. And that was brilliant touch on the far flank. Just stayed in for him. Couldn't put it on target to force the Fonseca save. Brilliant bit of play by Robledillo, and Dallas also finding him. There's just over 30 seconds gone in this first half, in the second half. Still the 1-goal lead. And here's Fonseca, Tang, Garner, and now you see Longobarda trying to put a bit more pressure on than they did in the first half. But they still move it forward well to Cumbre, Garner, Longobarda alert, and now the turnover. Suarez on the counter. Might just have to have a shot here. He will get a shot off. Fonseca up to the task at the near post. And now on the counter goes Garner. Suarez gets back. Garner goes down. Nothing of interest for the referees. Longobarda really throwing up the challenge here to Cumbre. A few counter-attacking opportunities early in the second half. Tang. Garner. Back to Tang. Garner again inside. Dallas reads it well. Garner recovers. Fonseca coming out of his goals. Might have a shot. He does. It looks good. Deflects off Robledillo. Garner wants to take the corner quick. Flick on. Tang. Shot blocked and ends up with Calderon, who takes a shot himself but can't avoid the roof. So 18 minutes to go in the second half. It's Cumbre with a 1-goal lead. 1-0. Garner, Chan, too shallow. Now Robledillo. Ponce, back to Robledillo, taking it down the line again. Can he do it again? He does. He runs that line so well, just manages to roll it along the paint. It doesn't seem to go out for him. This time though, Cumbre do enough to not let the shot go off. Ponce, Dallas, flick on, dangerous, turnover, Tang. Still Tang, beats Ponce, but Ponce in the end recovers. Gets that block off the shot. Dallas down the line, it'll be a Cumbre ball. Suarez. Di Gregorio. Robledillo. That's nice. Cut inside there by Di Gregorio. Chance for Suarez. Massive save by Fonseca. That looked on target. If it didn't go over, it's pretty good. But Fonseca came off his line well. Had off the angle. Now Ghana. Still 1 goal the lead. 1-0 in favour of Rockingham, Cambio, Cumbre. And Ghana wants to make it 2-0. Unable to, but still Cumbre with a chance. 17 minutes to go in this game. Justin Tang. Ghana. Fonseca. Space for Tang. Di Gregorio gets there. Now the ball inside. Calderon with a shot. Can't keep it on target. Still 1-0. As just over 3 minutes have gone in the second half. Tang back post, and that was far too easy for Cumbre. Luke Christie makes it 2-0, and Cumbre have 1 foot in the grand final. A brilliant ball, finding Christie at that back post. You mentioned about the Longo goalkeeper scoring. He did do something quite similar against Dan Formato. The first time that Inter played Longobarda earlier this season, scoring one off his line. So far tonight, though, he hasn't been able to get his radar right. But he will have a few chances with Fonseca coming off his line a fair bit. But now that 2-goal deficit is really going to start causing worries for Longo as time progresses. Tang to Fonseca. Now they're really starting to flex their muscles here, Cumbre. Christie inside, saved by Calderon, and off goes Suarez. Licon ends up with Fonseca. Since Cumbre entered the Supa-Liga, they've been in, this is their 5th season in the competition. In their 4 seasons so far, they've been in the grand final 3 times. They've won all of those grand finals against the Wolves and against Cobras twice. Last season was the winter season. They finished on top of their division, of their conference, but ended up going out to the Coburn Wolves in the first final. So, such a hard team to beat, and they go from strength to strength, adding Luke Christie this season on that already great lineup. Here is Palermo, loses it. Ghana. Fonseca. Tang to Christie, nice touch. Back to Ghana, and foul will be called. No rolling foul given. If it was given, Di Gregorio would have had a chance. Now Fonseca. Ghana. Christie. Back to Tyler Ghana. Christie. Big challenge there by Di Gregorio. A very respectable performance by Longobarda. A lot of teams coming down here to play against Cumbre don't go too well. Cumbre have beaten Inter Perth 3-0. They've beaten the Cobras 5-1. They beat Braza by even more last week. South Perth also went down about 6-1 or something along those lines earlier this season. Ball goes inside, cleared away by Ramley, but what that illustrates is how hard they are to beat down here at Port Kennedy, Rockingham, Cambio, Cumbre. But it's been done, and there's still time for Longobarda. Still 2-0. Just under 15 minutes to go in the game. Ghana, back to Fonseca. That ball in between Christie and Will Hayes. Will now be brought in by Kwiatkowski. (2-0) the scoreline. 3 fouls already as well for Longobarda. So the foul count is 3 to Longobarda, none to Cumbre. So that's a concern early in the second half. The bigger concern you'd think, though, is the scoreline. They need the next one, and they need it desperately. Longobarda, Fonseca, Garner, Kerr can't get it past the defence, and Ramley can't keep control of it. Garner will go back to Fonseca. Ball just behind Christie on that occasion, who keeps it in. It's so hard to get the ball off our Cumbre. Garner. Hayes got space. Kerr now. Finds Garner. Garner with a shot, blocked by Ramley. Still Garner. Christie. Now Fonseca has Kerr, keeps the space for him, takes the shot. He could have gone out wide to Hayes, but probably within his rights there to take the shot. Still 2-0 the score. Hayes to bring it in from the corner. Now Kerr on the volley. And that would have taken some sort of effort. We saw something similar. Adam Cooper did that against Braza earlier this season. Ramley, turnover, Kerr, Garner, 3-0 Cumbre. And that was far too easy off the turnover. And Calderon comes up a bit sore here after that save opportunity attempt. And now it is 3 goals required for Longobarda to equalise. So Cumbre looking like they're almost, not quite, still 14 minutes to go, but they're almost on their way to a grand final where it would be a blockbuster game against either Inter or the Cobras. Longobarda, they're going to have to pull off the miracle. It would be some sort of story if they came back against this Cumbre team from down 3 goals. The amount of control that Cumbre had over the game. Calderon still just getting some treatment here. Just out of screen. Hopefully there are no dramas and he is all okay to go again. Don't think they have a backup goalkeeper, do Longobarda. Yeah, so they're just checking right now on Calderon, who is just down at the moment still. Potentially could have been, didn't quite get a look at it. You'll have to look at the replay. He did outstretch to try and save that. So not 100% sure what happened, but he's just getting checked now. He's on one knee. It's Ponce and Ramley and now Vickery around him, along with the Longobarda coach. But they're almost there at Cumbre. They've just got to now hold on, and I say they've just got to defend for the rest of the game, but I'm sure they're not going to be looking to do that. They'll look to extend, and Calderon looks like he will be resuming on the court. We'll just find out in a second if he's good to go. Might be a groin from what I'm seeing. Potentially looks to be grabbing that left groin, so potentially stretched out a bit too far. So far this final series, Cumbre haven't really been challenged. Obviously, getting up big last week. And tonight, looking fairly comfortable as well, as Calderon is now coming off. So it might be Vickery, Emanuele Vickery, to put on the goalkeeper's kit. Rob Ladillo is there. He's the number 10, so he's sitting on the bench right now. And he's had an impact, just hasn't been able to hit the scorer's sheet. A few counter-attacking opportunities. And it will be Vickery, so this will be fascinating watching Emanuele Vickery lining up as the goalkeeper for the remainder of this one, you'd think. Calderon still down. Emanuele Vickery. It will be very interesting, like the comment says, it's Vickery versus Fonseca. Two players you wouldn't have ever envisioned playing in goals in a semi-final here. But the way it's worked out, obviously with Calderon going down and with Fonseca finding his new role for Cumbre, Vickery's now out there. So we're about to get back underway. So it's going to be an interesting watch. Something you may never see again. Vickery versus Fonseca. Orchuela will get it back underway. 3-0 in favour of Cumbre with just under 14 minutes to go. Score is 3-0. Cumbre lead Longobarda with just under 14 minutes to go. Hayes. Out to his right. Now Longobarda. Flick on there from Robadilla doesn't work. Kane can't get past Robadillo, who takes a shot and almost beating Fonseca just wide. Kerr. Yusuf. Down the line. Ponce leaves, and here is Vickery. Ponce under pressure. Great ball through. Rob Ladillo now has space. Should have just gone himself, I think. He went the pass to Orjuela. Could have had the shot. Hayes now inside. Vickery now with a throw. Rob Ladillo has space. He cuts it to the outside, but Yusuf clears it away. Rob Ladillo. Ponce. Ramley, Rob Ladillo. Now Kerr wins it back. Gives it to Yusuf. Yusuf down the line, too much on the ball. And it'll be Vickery. To Ponce. Rob Ladillo. They're going to need some Rob Ladillo magic. They're going to need a miracle in general. Longobarda. We've seen similar before. It does feel unlikely, but you never know. Ramley. Ponce. Ramley. Rob Ladillo, 1-on-1 with Kerr. Goes down the line, beats Kerr, gets a shot off, saved by Fonseca, chance, and there's one! Longobarda get one back. It was Rob Ladillo down the line, saved by Fonseca, but couldn't save the Orjuela shot. Longobarda, they are alive. Three goals, Cumbre, one to Longobarda, and just when you thought the game might be over, Longobarda strike in this semi-final here at Port Kennedy. Orjuela now putting pressure on. Kerr. Shot blocked by Ponce. Longobarda playing with a renewed energy now. Yusuf. 12 minutes to go. 3-1 the deficit for Longo. Hayes back to Tang. And now Fonseca. Hayes has space. Ponce tries to get there. He does in the end. It was Orjuela on the block. Now the corner. Fonseca. Takes his time. Now Orjuela jumps. Yusuf. Garnham. Blocked by Robadillo. Ramley on. Orjuela 1-on-1 with Tang. Crucial touch in there by Justin Tang. Robadillo. Ramley out to Ponce. Turnover. One back by Tang. Garnham. Yusuf. Inside and a bit of holding going on there by Orjuela and no complaints on the foul call. That's now 4 fouls for Longobarda, so that's trouble. So 3-1 is the lead for Cumbre. 4 fouls for Longobarda, none yet on the board for Cumbre, and 11 minutes to go in the game. Vickery might be tested here. Garnham, shot blocked by Dallas. But now Yusuf, back to Garner. Fonseca. Garner. Through, and can't get past Dallas, cleared away by Di Gregorio, and Robadillo puts pressure on Garner now. Garner with the ball, great defense there by Palermo, read it well. Flick on to Dallas. Dallas keeps it in. Can he cut it inside? Still going Dallas, and Tang does just enough, and last touch off Longobarda. Fonseca. Tang. Down the line. Yusuf inside. Palermo. Good touch. Finds Dallas, who tries to get it back to Di Gregorio, who just gets there before Garnham. Dallas. Back to Di Gregorio. Now the turnover. In fact, no. Robadillo pounces onto it. Flick inside. Garnham. Robadillo. You see, Longobarda starting to have a bit of possession now. They didn't have a lot of this in the first half or the early second half. Robadillo can't get it through. Tang beats Dallas. This should be finished. Will Hayes, massive save, Vickery. And that's wide. Emmanuel Vickery with a huge save. On a certain goal there, 1-on-1 with Hayes. Keeping this deficit to 3-1. Now Hayes inside. Di Gregorio keeps it in and clears it away. And Fonseca. Garnham. Garner. Now Tang. Inside. Turnover. Cleared away. Right, Palermo probably got their strongest lineup on here to Cumbre. Notice a shift in momentum and don't want to let it get out of hand and concede another one. Garnham inside. That will be 5 fouls. So 5 fouls for Longobarda Futsal Club, and the last thing they need is to concede a 10-metre penalty opportunity with Vickery and goals if Calderon can't come back on. 3-1, still the lead for Cumbre with 9.5 minutes to go. Cumbre yet to receive or to concede a foul in the second half, and it's Longobarda conceded 5. Garner. Palermo on the wall. Garner to Tang. Blocked by Sharazan. Just over 9 to go. 9 minutes to go in this second half, and Hayes with a flick, just wide. Long by Vickery. Palermo, flick on, still on it. Tang gets a touch, as does Sharazan. Out to Palermo, just behind him. And now Garner. Hayes, Garner. Back to Hayes. And this time Will Hayes doesn't miss. And you would think now it's going to be very, very tough for Longobarda to claw their way back into it. They got that 1 goal back. But now with 8 minutes and 57 seconds to go, it is Cumbre up 4 goals to 1. Orjuela. Di Gregorio, Kwiatkowski. Orjuela can't get it through. Kwiatkowski will bring it back in. Di Gregorio puts it out and into touch. Tang down the line, one back by Sharazan, who keeps it in well. And now Orjuela 1-on-1 with Hayes. Out to Di Gregorio, bad touch. Garner bounces onto it. Hayes, Garner, Tang. Will Hayes gets it to Garner. Kwiatkowski clears. Now almost 8 minutes to go in this game. Cumbre still with a 4-1 lead. Fonseca. And Tyler Garner almost puts a 5th one past the keeper there. Vickery with a huge save again. So he's been very serviceable, very good in goals so far since moving there. That one from Garner can't get past Hodson Hayes. Tang blocked by Kwiatkowski. Hayes inside. Almost finding Tang, but just out of his reach. Now Sharazan. Kwiatkowski. Ponce gets to Garner. Hayes. Shot blocked. Sharazan does well. Now Ponce leads to Vickery. Vickery to Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski now. Dangerous. Loses it. Will Hayes wide. Almost scores his 2nd goal in a minute. Cumbre now threatening to blow this game open. Tang back to Hayes, and Longobarda really got a bit of a sniff when they got that 1st goal for them. They were down 3-1 at that point, and Cumbre arrested their momentum, got probably their best lineup on, and got it straight back. They move the ball around now. It's Garner and Garnham combining after their stint with the Futsaroos, who had a great performance internationally, almost making it to a grand final. Going down to Thailand, I believe it was. 4-3. Now Garnham. Garner, in fact, goes to Fonseca. Garner, Tang, the flick almost past Vickery. Not to be. 6 minutes and 49 seconds now remaining. 4-1 the lead for Rockingham, Cambio, Cumbre on their home court. Longobarda looking to get back into it, but it's a long way back now. Garner. Christie misconnects. Kwiatkowski. Garnham now wins it back. Shot blocked by Ponce. Here is Tyler Garner bringing it in from the corner. He's controlled the game very well from defence. And there's an assist for him on cue. Garner to Garner combining to make it 5-1 for Cumbre. And you'd think now it's almost all over if it wasn't already. 5-1, the deficit, 6 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Orjuela, Ponce, Rob Ladillo. Flick on works. Orjuela now gets a hold of it. Falls eventually, and Rob Ladillo arrives there too late. Hayes, Garner. Hayes, and that's just going to be cleared away by Suarez. So that ball wasn't on the line. And it must be said, it's been an impressive performance by Cumbre. They played their game against Longobarda a couple of weeks ago, and that was to solidify top spot. I believe it might have been 6-5 or 6-4. It was a pretty close game, high scoring. This has been the opposite. It's been Longobarda unable to get on the scoreboard, just that one goal. And Cumbre, after themselves taking about 13 or 14 minutes to get that first goal, it was Charlie Garnham eventually being the man to get the breakthrough. Breaking the deadlock as there's now 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. A 4-goal deficit for Longobarda. Rob Ladillo inside. Orjuela gets a shot off and a block there by Luke Christie. As you see, Christian Rosano now on for Cumbre, getting some minutes and goals. Garner. Orjuela wins it back, and that is great. Great defensive pressure by Orjuela, winning it off Garner. Shot was just wide. Garner. Out of the reach there of Kurt. Now Vickery. Ponce. Rob Ladillo does well to control it. Still on it. Now we go down, and foul called on Luke Christie. Ponce, Suarez, Rob Ladillo. Down the line, beats Garner. Inside to Palermo. He flicks it on. Rob Ladillo back on it. And just a heavy second touch. First touch was good, but the left foot betrayed him. And ended up straight in the hands of Rosano. Garner. Flick onto Kerr, works. We'll go back to Garner. Christie. Suarez. Can't win it back. Kerr. Onto Garner. Ponce not biting. Playing strong defence. Garner in his way, and now they win it back. Longobarda through Rob Ladillo. He'll just let that go. He'll go off for Dallas. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the game. 5-1, still the lead for Cumbre. Now Garner, goes to Christie. Christie tries to flick it to Kerr, but Dallas reads it. Nice header to Palermo inside. Suarez was there, and he might finish it. He's caught the woodwork. And Rosano made the save. It was Yusuf just overrunning it. It looks like there was no save. And it just caught the post. Rosano long. Di Gregorio. Christie would let that run straight now into the possession of Cumbre. Di Gregorio, Kerr, Goes to Yusuf. Down the line. And down goes Di Gregorio. It looks like the foul will be called. So Di Gregorio just coming off second best here, and foul is called on Cumbre. Weren't happy there with Tyler Garner and Karim Yusuf. Yeah, it did very much look like that on first look, that Di Gregorio did go down as a result of a bit of friendly fire, but Cumbre were called for the foul. They've looked good tonight, Cumbre, going into the grand final next week. Longobarda have also showed promise. I just weren't able to make the most of the few opportunities they did get, and they had a great season.
Is it turned on? Ben.
3 minutes 40 remaining in this game.
No voice. Wait.
That's going to be headed by Curran. Yeah, it did look like that. And now 3 fouls, Cumbre, and 5 fouls for Longo with 3.5 minutes remaining in this game. 5-1 the lead. And like I said, Longobarda have had a great season, and they will take so many positives out of getting to a semi-final regardless from where they came from. To get to this point where you're playing Cumbre in a semi-final on their court, it's an achievement in itself. Vickery makes a save, but I'm sure they'll be looking for more. That'll only increase the hunger for a title down the track, and next season it'll be very fascinating to see how they do perform. That's if some unbelievable miracle does not happen in these next 3 minutes, as Dallas, looks like he may have had last touch. Was it, or was it Yusuf? It'd be Dallas to bring it in. Palermo, Dallas pounces onto it, massive block. It took too long to take the shot. Allowed Kerr to slide in. Palermo, Suarez, Ponce, back to Suarez. Ponce again. Flick onto Suarez, takes a shot. We tried to get something on it, and it was just out of his reach. Now a long ball for Garner. Ends up with Vickery. Tang with the intercept, as does Dallas. Cuts it inside. He's shown a bit in the last few minutes, has Jerry Dallas. Suarez. Ponce. Cumbre ball. Tang, Rosano, back to Tang. Down the line. Chand inside. Cleared away by Vickery, who's been very respectable, like I've said. Made a number of saves, as he's been called upon to be the keeper in the absence of Juan Calderon in these last 10 minutes. Rosano misfires on the ball to Tang. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. 5-1 still the lead. Tang on the intercept. Turns it over. Kwiatkowski loses it. Should have gone to Palermo earlier. Tang can't find Hayes. as there is now a minute 53 to go before Cumbre look to line up for their 4th grand final in 5 years, 5 seasons. Next Saturday evening at Subiaco. Robledillo now. Kwiatkowski. Back to Robledillo, but not enough on it. Kerr wins it back. Palermo with a touch. Hayes. Kerr. Tries to get it there to Chand. It's out of his reach. Palermo. Ramley. Robledillo. Kwiatkowski. Ramley. Back to Robledillo. Kwiatkowski through the legs of Chand. Back roll by Palermo. Kwiatkowski again. And now Palermo inside. Wins a side ball for Longo. The question is, how will Inter, or how will the Cobras, whoever does win tomorrow night, how will they fare against Cumbre in a grand final? Last time they were in a grand final, they won fairly dominantly, 5-2 over the West Coast Cobras. Can the winner of tomorrow night's game take it up to them? We'll find out. It's been done before. They have been challenged in some big games. Kwiatkowski brings it in. Robledillo tries to get it past Kerr, unable to. Corner for Longobarda. For Luke Ross to play, as I see in the comments. It have to be the Cobras getting up over Inter tomorrow night. And that is no easy ask in itself, as Kwiatkowski wins it back. Out to Palermo. Kerr gets there. See, last time tomorrow night's teams played, it was 5-1. The Cobras going down to Inter Perth. Here's Sharazan. Kwiatkowski, 45 seconds to go. 5-1 still the lead for Cumbre. Longobarda would like one back to add a bit more respectability to the scoreboard. Sharazan turns it over. Hayes. They might get one themselves, Cumbre. And a foul will be called, and that's probably a 10-metre penalty. So they might be able to make this 6-1. This is the exact scenario that we saw when Cumbre played South Perth here a few weeks ago. It was 5-1, and a penalty right at the end, a 10-metre penalty, made it 6-1. And now it's Garnham who has the chance to do similar here tonight, with 29.7 seconds to go. Garnham, brilliant finish. It was Vickery who tried to make the save but wasn't able to do so against the Charlie Garnham rocket. Just had to put it on target, and it was always going to be hard to save. And that makes it 6-1 Cumbre. A game that was fairly close for the first half. 1-0 at half time, but it's blown out now. Garnham all the way back to Rosano. Now Fonseca playing as an outfield player for his first time of the game. Gets it to Garnham. Fonseca, 12 seconds to go. Now 10 seconds. The flick onto Garnham. The head by Vickery. 7 seconds to go. Vickery off his line. Ramley, 4 seconds. Rosano takes a shot with 1 second to go. And it's just wide on the buzzer. And that will do it. Rockingham, Cambio, Cumbre are going to the grand final. As I mentioned, for their 4th season in the last 5 seasons. It is 6-1. They have beaten Longobarda Futsal Club in a very respectable season by Longobarda, coming from where they've come from to get to the Final Four. You have to give them credit. But in the end, it just wasn't to be for them. And Cumbre will be playing next Saturday night against the winner of Inter Perth versus the West Coast Cobras. I'll just take you through the stats for tonight. It was Cumbre 329 passes, Longobarda 184. Cumbre 20 passing streams to 5. 72% pass completion Cumbre, 53% for Longobarda, and 57-43 is the possession count. So Cumbre fairly dominant in all stats in the game, including the scoreboard. It was 6-1. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with you tomorrow night for Inter Perth taking on the West Coast Cobras.